such an important night for Alex Bowman. He's down on the low line, and he's being pushed by his teammate, the 5 of Kyle Larson. It's Blaney up on the high side. But it's Blaney who gets it done and continues his amazing run of late. And that keeps Alex Bowman in the playoffs.
Alex Bowman's NASCAR season was hanging by a thread. He crashed early at Daytona, helplessly watching the race unfold from the sidelines. Just when it seemed his playoff hopes were slipping away, Ryan Blaney shot from 13th to 1st in a heart-stopping finish, saving Bowman's season. Fans couldn't believe it. Bowman now owes Blaney millions of beers, and the drama is far from over. Daytona Beach, Florida. The NASCAR Cup Series never disappoints when it comes to drama, and the recent Daytona race was a perfect example. Alex Bowman, a top driver for Hendrick Motorsports, saw his playoff dreams teeter on the edge. He started the Coke Zero Sugar 400 in a strong position, but within the first 30 laps, his car was destroyed in a massive 12-car crash. For the rest of the race, Bowman could do nothing but watch nervously from the hauler, hoping for the right outcome. Earlier in the season, Bowman had faced several setbacks, but none were as tense as the regular season finale at Daytona. With only 16 spots in the playoffs, every point and every win mattered. Before the race, 14 drivers had already secured playoff positions by winning at least once this year. That left the top 2 winless drivers, Tyler Reddick and Bowman, fighting for the remaining slots. For Bowman, this meant every move by other drivers could make or break his season. The tension in his hauler was palpable as the race unfolded on the 2.5-mile track. The crash that sidelined Bowman was chaotic. Bubba Wallace's Toyota came across Joey Logano's Ford, hitting Kyle Busch's Chevrolet and creating a domino effect that destroyed Bowman's car. He admitted afterward that there was no way he could have avoided the accident. "From where we were, there just really wasn't any way to get around it," he said. The crash forced him to sit and watch for hours as the race continued without him, powerless to affect the outcome. Meanwhile, Tyler Reddick, the other playoff contender, faced his own challenges. A collision with Todd Gilliland early in the race damaged his car, and he struggled to stay competitive. Despite these setbacks, both drivers knew that a new winner could change everything. If someone outside the current playoff group won, it would shake up the points and force one of the bubble drivers out. Bowman's only hope was for a winless driver like himself to remain in contention, or for a new winner to emerge in a way that would keep him in the playoffs. That hope came in the form of Ryan Blaney. Blaney, driving for Ford, had been competitive throughout the race, but his big moment came in the final laps. Starting from the 13th, he used drafting strategies and teamwork with Cole Custer to move through the pack. By the final 2 laps, he had taken the lead, narrowly edging out Daniel Suárez by 0.0131 seconds to win the race. This victory was Blaney's 2nd of the season and his 15th career win. But more importantly, it saved Bowman's playoff hopes by inches. Bowman's reaction was a mix of relief and humor. "I owe him 7 million beers," he joked about Blaney's unexpected role in keeping him in the playoffs. Blaney, in turn, offered to settle for $5 million. The lighthearted comments masked the stress Bowman felt in the hauler, pacing nervously and hoping the right outcome would occur. "It has been such a stressful string of races," he admitted. The drama at Daytona highlighted several key aspects of NASCAR racing. First, the unpredictability of superspeedway racing can make or break seasons. Crashes, drafting partnerships, and split-second decisions have a huge impact, as seen in the final laps when Blaney and Custer teamed up to overtake the leaders. Second, the playoff system means that every race matters, and even drivers who are out of contention for the win can influence who advances. Third, the mental challenge for drivers like Bowman is immense, having to watch from the sidelines while their future hangs in the balance. Blaney's win also had broader implications for the NASCAR standings. He finished the regular season as the 2nd seed, ensuring a strong position heading into the playoffs. Bowman, despite finishing 36th in the race, secured the 16th seed, while Tyler Reddick ended up 14th. These positions set the stage for the upcoming playoff battles, which begin over Labor Day weekend at Darlington, South Carolina. The playoffs will test every driver's skill, strategy, and resilience under pressure. In addition to the Cup Series drama, Daytona also showcased the performance of Xfinity Series drivers and up-and-coming talent. Connor Zilisch, who had been impressive in the Xfinity Series, is set to move up to the Cup Series next season with Trackhouse Racing. His progression reflects NASCAR's emphasis on developing young talent and the importance of seizing opportunities when they arise. Zilisch's move to Cup will make him a driver to watch in 2026 as he joins seasoned competitors like Ross Chastain and Shane van Gisbergen. While Daytona offered relief for Bowman, it also exposed vulnerabilities for other drivers and teams. RFK Racing, for example, hoped to get at least one of its 3 drivers into the playoffs, but none made it. Brad Keselowski, Ryan Preece, and Chris Buescher all fell short despite strong performances earlier in the season. Preece led briefly but got shuffled back, finishing 14th, while Buescher finished 7th after losing track position late in the race. These results highlight the fine line between success and disappointment in NASCAR. For Bowman, the upcoming race represents a chance to build momentum after his near miss at Daytona. While he survived the regular season finale by the narrowest of margins, his team will aim to capitalize on this second chance. Bowman's goal is clear: move past survival mode and compete for stage points, wins, and playoff security. The story of Daytona this year underscores the broader themes of NASCAR: resilience, strategy, teamwork, and chance. Every race becomes a chess match, with each move affecting the standings and playoff outcomes. Fans are also drawn to the human drama. Bowman's emotional journey, from the crash to the relief of making the playoffs, mirrors the highs and lows experienced by drivers across the series. Reddick's early mistake and its consequences show how quickly fortunes can change, even for the most experienced drivers, and Blaney's daring last-lap pass captures the thrill of racing at its best, a moment that will be remembered for years. In conclusion, the recent Daytona race will be remembered for its drama, surprises, and pivotal moments. Alex Bowman's playoff survival, courtesy of Ryan Blaney's last-lap heroics, epitomizes the tension and unpredictability of NASCAR. NASCAR's Daytona races never fail to deliver stories of courage, teamwork, and unexpected twists. Bowman's season may have been saved by a single victory.
He was running that third, fourth lane. Shane van Gisbergen, least oval experience of anyone in the field, was out there creating his own custom lane that was working for him. Good stuff from Shane van
Gisbergen has turned NASCAR upside down. A rookie from New Zealand driving for Trackhouse Racing has already won 4 races in his first season. Fans can't believe it. Rivals don't know how to stop it. From dominating road courses to figuring out America's toughest ovals, SVG is changing what it means to be a rookie, and his playoff run could shake the whole sport. Shane van Gisbergen didn't grow up dreaming of Daytona or Talladega. He built his name racing in Australia and New Zealand, winning 3 Supercars championships and becoming one of the best road course racers in the world. When he shocked everyone by winning the 2023 Chicago Street Race in his very first NASCAR Cup start, people started to pay attention. By 2024, he ran a part-time schedule with Cowlick Racing. Even with only 12 starts, he proved he was no ordinary rookie, finishing runner-up at Watkins Glen. That season was just a taste of what was coming. Now in 2025, SVG is with Trackhouse Racing full-time, and the results speak for themselves: 4 wins, 22 playoff points, and a guaranteed spot in the postseason. He's not just the new guy anymore, he's a threat to win the championship. SVG himself has explained why this season feels smoother than last year. "My comfort in the Cup car this year is a lot higher than in 2024, he said. Building up throughout the year has been crucial. Last year we had a month-long gap between races. Now I'm driving the same car week in and week out with the same crew. That makes a huge difference." That kind of consistency has allowed SVG to adapt faster than most rookies ever could. Instead of starting fresh every weekend, he's working with the same mechanics, the same engineers, and the same crew chief. It shows in the way he drives: confident, precise, and fearless. For SVG, it's no longer about surviving, it's about winning races, and the results prove it. Every rookie dreams of winning once. Shane has already won 4 times in just one season. 3 of those came on road courses where his supercar's background gave him an edge. He proved unbeatable at places like Watkins Glen, where he said after his win, "That was fun. A good recovery and great result in my first Cup start at Richmond. Tire strategy was huge tonight, and my number 88 team did an awesome job executing." But perhaps the bigger surprise has been how competitive he's become on ovals. At Richmond, he fought his way from 27th on the grid into the top 15, finishing 14th, matching his career best oval result. For a driver who's still learning NASCAR short tracks, that's a big step forward. With every race, SVG isn't just collecting trophies, he's showing that he can adapt to any challenge. That's why the garage is buzzing about him heading into the playoffs. For all his success, SVG admits short tracks are still his toughest test. Places like Bristol, Martinsville, and Richmond demand patience, tire management, and a different driving style than the flowing road courses he grew up on. "I feel the most competitive and comfortable there," he said about short tracks. "My lap times and speed are solid in parts of the race. I just need to piece everything together." At Martinsville in 2024, he flashed potential with a strong run, but he admits most of his short track results have been frustrating. Still, his honesty shows his determination. He doesn't hide from challenges, he studies them. With 22 playoff points already in the bank, he'll start the postseason in a strong position. For a rookie, that's almost unheard of. When SVG first arrived, some drivers weren't thrilled about an outsider coming in and stealing headlines, but his talent has made it impossible to ignore him. Even veterans are impressed by how quickly he's adapted. His humble approach has earned him respect. He doesn't act like he knows everything, but he also doesn't back down. When he gets on track, he races hard, sometimes too hard for the liking of rivals like Alex Bowman, who recently clashed with him in lap traffic. Love him or hate him, everyone agrees. SVG is here to stay. And when he talks about his struggles, he speaks like a driver who knows the future is bright. Every mistake becomes a lesson. Every tough race becomes fuel for the next one. That's why fans believe this rookie isn't just having a lucky season, he's building a foundation for greatness. Behind every great driver is a great team, and Trackhouse Racing has been the perfect home for SVG. Justin Marks and Pitbull built the organization with an eye toward the future, bringing in fresh ideas and bold talent. SVG's crew has given him fast cars and smart strategy, like the tire call that helped him storm through the field at Watkins Glen. He trusts his team completely, and they trust him to push the car to its limits. Trackhouse has also let him be himself. Whether he's experimenting with new driving styles or borrowing tips from veterans, they've given him freedom to grow. That kind of environment is rare in NASCAR, and it's one reason SVG has thrived so quickly. The playoffs are here, and SVG knows the road only gets tougher. He'll face tracks like Darlington, Talladega, and Phoenix, places where experience often matters more than raw talent. Still, he's not backing down. "It's a tough situation for those fighting for wins," he said. "I watched last year's Richmond race and saw how far drivers will go. With 22 playoff points, he has a cushion. But to truly shock the world, SVG will need to prove he can win not just road courses, but ovals under playoff pressure. If he does, he could become the first rookie in modern NASCAR history to reach the championship round." SVG's success has sparked debates across NASCAR. Some see him as the future, a sign that global talent can thrive in America's biggest racing series. Others wonder if it's fair for a rookie with road course expertise to dominate so quickly. But there's no denying the impact. Fans pack the stands to see him. TV ratings jump when he's in contention. Rivals study his every move. In just one season, SVG has gone from outsider to superstar. No matter what happens in the playoffs, his 4 wins and fearless driving have already left a mark on NASCAR. He's not just a rookie anymore. He's a contender. Shane van Gisbergen's rookie season is one of the most shocking stories in recent NASCAR history. 4 wins, a locked playoff spot, and respect across the garage. He's proved that with talent, humility, and determination, a newcomer can take on the best and win. From road courses to ovals, from learning mistakes to playoff pressure, SVG has shown he's not just visiting, he's building a legacy. NASCAR may never be the same again.
Speaking of Shane van Gisbergen, just announced literally moments ago, SVG and Trackhouse have signed a multi-year Cup Series extension.
Just months ago, Shane van Gisbergen was the new guy in NASCAR. Now, in a move no one saw coming, he's locked in for years to come, changing the game for himself and the whole sport. From one shocking race in 2023 to this huge news in 2025, his rise has been nothing short of wild. In a move that has NASCAR fans buzzing, Shane van Gisbergen, SVG, has announced he'll be staying with Trackhouse Racing for the foreseeable future. The news came just after SVG's latest run, as he extended his contract in a multi-year deal with the team. The big question on everyone's mind: what does this mean for the future of NASCAR and SVG's career? It all started back in 2023 with a one-off race at Chicago Street Course. SVG, a relative unknown to NASCAR fans at the time, showed up and did something nobody expected. He won. That victory marked a historic moment. SVG became only the 6th foreign-born driver to win a Cup Series race and the first since 1963 to win on his debut. It didn't take long for SVG to make an impact. After that win, Trackhouse Racing recognized his talent and offered him a full-time contract, but not just for a single season. Instead, they extended his deal for several more years, signaling that SVG wasn't going anywhere anytime soon. Shane van Gisbergen's journey to NASCAR wasn't your typical path. A champion in supercars, SVG made the bold decision to leave his comfort zone in Australia and take on the challenge of NASCAR. His career began with V8 supercars, where he won 3 championships and many races. But when he decided to join NASCAR, it was a huge leap. "I feel like Trackhouse Racing is my home," SVG shared. "Trackhouse gave me the opportunity to race at Chicago in 2023. That was just a one-race deal, and everything that has happened since then is because of the chance Justin Marks took on me." His victory at Chicago wasn't a fluke. It marked the beginning of a string of success that would make him one of the most exciting drivers in NASCAR. In just his first full season with Trackhouse Racing, SVG has already racked up 4 wins, including victories at Mexico City, Chicago, and Sonoma. This remarkable start made SVG the fastest driver to 3 wins in the modern era, and his performances have set him up to be one of the most dominant road course drivers in NASCAR history. His wins are no accident. They're a direct result of his talent, dedication, and the incredible support he's received from his team. When Trackhouse Racing first took a chance on Shane van Gisbergen, it wasn't just about adding another driver to the roster. Team owner Justin Marks saw something special in SVG, a driver with the ability to adapt, learn quickly, and push the boundaries of what was possible in NASCAR. "We're getting to watch one of the superstars of racing," Marks said. "What we are asking him to do carries a high degree of difficulty. He's moved to the other side of the world, learned a new form of racing, and, at times, dominated the competition. He's one of the greatest." What made this even more remarkable was the fact that SVG wasn't a road course expert when he first joined NASCAR. Yet, his natural ability to learn quickly allowed him to excel in a different form of racing, which set him apart from others who took years to get comfortable on the road courses. By the time 2025 rolled around, SVG was fully integrated into the Cup Series, racing for Trackhouse and continuing to build on his early success. Trackhouse didn't just bet on his potential, they knew they had found a star. SVG's biggest strength is clearly his skill on road courses. His ability to handle the twists and turns of tight, technical tracks has led to his success at places like Sonoma and Chicago. With 3 road course victories under his belt, in 2025 alone, SVG has proven to be unstoppable on these types of tracks. But road courses aren't the only challenge NASCAR presents. Oval tracks, with their high-speed action and strategic races, have proven to be a different beast entirely. SVG has shown improvement, but it's still a work in progress. His struggles on ovals haven't stopped his impressive start to the season, though. Even when things don't go perfectly on oval tracks, SVG's adaptability and determination keep him in the mix. One of the key factors to SVG's quick rise in NASCAR has been the team chemistry at Trackhouse Racing. This team isn't just about individual accomplishments, it's about pushing each other to be better every race. Teammates Ross Chastain and Daniel Suárez have been instrumental in SVG's development. The trio works together, sharing knowledge, strategies, and insights. Chastain in particular has become a mentor for SVG, teaching him about racecraft, restarts, and making the most of every opportunity on the track. It's this unity within Trackhouse Racing that has allowed SVG to thrive in a completely new racing environment. "Ross and Daniel, Suárez, we'd struggle as a team," SVG said. "We're learning a bit more, our oval cars are getting better, I'm kind of creeping up there with it. This team-first mentality is a big part of Trackhouse Racing's success, and it's why SVG feels so at home there. Instead of competing against each other, they're focused on learning from one another and helping each other succeed.